Hello, this is Listen In Popcast. We are here for Pride Month, rainbowing it up. Very proud. Um, the artist I'm bringing today is can. I'm gonna wait for that motorcycle to stop.
They were very excited for Pride Month.
Okay, let's try this again. Uh, we are the Listen In Popcast. It is Pride Month. We are bringing in LGBTQ plus artists that we love for your enjoyment. And the artist I'm bringing in today is Vincent Kennedy, known under the mononym Vincent in all caps. He is a singer-songwriter. Oh, I need to do the thing. There we go.
All caps, two eyes. Two eyes is important.
Two eyes.
Very
As can be
Listen In
seen
branded, yeah.
on the screen. I didn't do the dotted thing this time. But anyways, he is a singer-songwriter best known as a finalist on the first season of the sing competition The Four in 2018. He has released one studio album and one EP, and in 2022 was nominated for a GLAAD, G-L-A-A-D, award, which recognizes the artistic work of LGBTQ plus artists. Since his first appearance on The Four as a gay black man, Vincent has made it a part of his mission to be a model of representation for LGBTQ plus kids to look up to and see the possibilities for their own futures. He took a firm stance before committing to The Four, not to be taken as a joke just because he didn't represent the quote normal society, and has received a lot of positive feedback from the community for his efforts. Vincent started singing at the age of 5 and writing songs at the age of 7, influenced by the fact that his dad was a gospel singer and would rehearse with his vocal group in their house. Although Vincent said that his father was a little disappointed he didn't find gospel music to be his calling, and instead cites Bjork, Madonna, Britney Spears, Ingrid Michaelson, and Regina Spektor as musical influences. At the age of 5 is also when Vincent came out as gay, saying that he wanted a boy to come over to their house because he had a crush on him. And he shared in an interview that even though he grew up in a Baptist family, his parents were very open and supportive, with his mother saying, "Go figure out what you believe in, what you are, and who you are, and come back to me. And if you're hurting anyone, I'll tell you that's wrong. But if you're not, I'll let you be who you are because that's who you are. When you leave my house, don't let anyone raise you. I've raised you to know what's right. So just do right." Which I think is a beautiful sentiment for anyone to live by. The song I picked today, Higher, also features non-binary artist Alex Newell, whom I brought in for Pride Month last season, and another artist, Princess Precious, whom I was not able to find out any additional information on, but you'll be able to hear them pretty clearly once we get started. Anyway, here we go. Let's take a listen. Higher by Vincent featuring Alex Newell and Princess Precious.
Where have you been all my life? And boy, don't stop taking me. Midnight in Brooklyn, you leaned in first. I wasn't looking, but there you were. My fallen angel, calling my name, calling my name. My fallen angel, calling my name, calling my name. Lost in a dark room, walking on air. Don't have to see you to know you're there. Dive all the way up, dancing on me, dancing on me. Dive all the way up, dancing on me, dancing on me.
The way you make me feel, I swear you take me higher. Yes, I'm your every desire. Take me home, but take me higher. The way you make me feel, I swear you take me higher. Yes, I'm your every desire. When you take me higher.
Where have you been all my life? And boy, don't stop taking me higher than I've ever been. Higher than the heavens is. No lie, your hands keep my hands high. Boy, don't stop taking me higher than I've ever been. Higher
Are you alright, Alexis?
Maybe. Wow. This song is like, to me, I feel like it's such a perfect start for the show. It feels like the kind of like perfect song for like the start of the day, at least for me. Like this is the kind of song I kind of just want to greet the day to. The energy is just like so uplifting. From the very beginning all the way to the end, like wow. Amazing, incredible song. I love it so much.
It was like pure happy chemicals, just straight
Yeah.
through. Yeah, it's just, yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry, Jesse, we took over your job.
Uh-oh, Jesse's gone.
No, it's a good thing I took over your job. We can't hear you.
Ah,
That was-
I didn't-
There we go.
Yeah, the button. Found the
Where
button.
have you been all my life?
you missed my pun then.
Oh, what was your pun?
Did that song make you feel higher?
Oh, yes.
I mean, is that a pun?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely brings the mood higher. I'll
Mm.
give it that.
yeah.
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 The energy.
Yeah, that is
oh.
like my favorite EDM bass sound that dropped in at the start of that.
Mm.
And I didn't listen to this ahead of time, so that was first listen. And it
Oh.
was not at all what I expected, having watched a bit of the 4.
Mm,
Mhm.
And I am so happy that that's the direction that Vincent went with
yeah.
his music.
Oh, okay.
And speaking of the 4 though, like when I was reading interviews and stuff by Vincent, it kind of gave a little bit of insight into how scripted that show is. Is that like he came in and there had been another black man who had been eliminated right before he came in, and they wanted him to have the same songs and the same wardrobe that guy was using, just so that they could just slot him in as a black man. And it's just like, this is a different person with a different personality. Like,
Yeah.
and he fought
Having
back.
watched it, that doesn't surprise me at all. I genuinely did not enjoy that show.
Mm.
Yeah, I feel like if anything, we're probably a better of the 4 because we have me, and then we have Jesse, we have Kay, and then we have Vincent down there in the corner. So this is the real the 4, the better one.
I liked when Jesse said he was bringing this artist. I was like, oh, is that the same Vincent as the 4? And what did you say the show was?
Oh, I said that the 4 is where they have singers dress up in giant like red and black disc outfits, and then they use a claw to like pick them up and play Connect 4 with them, and they sing while they're in the thing.
Which is genuinely sounds like a great show, and
Yeah.
I hope somebody makes it.
Yeah.
And definitely way better than whatever the 4 was. It was like, it was everything I dislike about American competition shows, where it was like the like trash talky, like the encouragement of the trash talkiness and the I don't know, just bad vibes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Just not
if you're
like
not familiar-
uplifting each other sort of vibes.
Yeah, it was, the format was that the 4 is like a top 4 in the competition, and they have to hold their seats by battling people who like challenge them, and they sing off back and forth. And yeah, it's very competitive, and also like it seems kind of unfair in its basic format, is that like starting early has a major disadvantage compared to starting late in the game. Like,
Yeah.
you just have to keep competing. But is what.
Although starting early means that you might have more exposure to your audience because you're singing more songs.
Yeah,
Assuming that you're able to stay on. Yeah, it just like the vibes were just bad. I don't know. And I think that's the one that DJ Khaled was on, and he had an air horn, and the air horn just never stopped. It was something. I think I watched almost the whole thing because I really liked a few of the artists. Vincent was one of them, and I
Yeah.
wanted to see how they did, but yeah.
Yeah, DJ Khaled
Rough stuff.
does not come off as like a very articulate person on that show either.
Well, yeah, there. No, he does not. There is that. I think part of it I watched for like the memification of DJ Khaled, but anyway, back to this song.
Back to the
I am
song.
super glad that that this is the type of music that he's putting out after whatever that show was.
Yeah.
It was
And-
not as great as Connect 4 with humans.
Yeah, and you talk about how like you don't normally like EDM, but like this is very house.
Wait, who
Yeah.
said that?
You
No,
you did in
I
the
did not say that. I said I don't like techno, which is the subgenre.
right.
And
Right.
a different.
You don't like techno.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
too much.
That specific.
Yeah, the
essence,
specific subgenre is
Yeah.
techno, not my jam. EDM housey, definitely my jam, especially with vocals.
Yeah.
Aggressive house type things. I get lost in subgenres. I have to ask April all the time. Of course, my girlfriend, if you don't know that, because she's been in the EDM world for a really long time. Like she used to go to festivals and stuff, so I can be like, "Hey, can you tell me what subgenre this song is?" But yeah. Anyway, not techno. Sorry, I interrupted you, but what were you gonna say?
And that was a thing I was saying. It's very housey.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting, like going to the interview that like he says, "Oh, gospel wasn't my calling," but like you listen to the chorus, there's like heavy gospel influences in those harmonies, and the obvious like lyrical reference to higher, like heaven and all that stuff, Christian
Yeah.
imagery, but.
That's definitely a sound I've heard in EDM before, especially this sort of house vibe. And I think it works really well, too, as a blend.
Yeah.
Because the energy is so high in this song, no pun intended. And then the energy in gospel music is really high. It really blends well.
Yeah, I feel like in contrast to the four, it works out very well starting first, especially like when your music is like this. I think it sets the tone for today very strong. I love it. Also, probably, maybe, I'm not sure yet, but this might be my favorite song of the year from the show. I feel very strongly about this song. This definitely like really just like captured me, and I'm really loving it. So shout outs to Vincent going first. It wasn't a mistake putting Vincent first this time.
Should always put Vincent first. He deserves it.
Yeah, I actually had before we were even like thinking about whether we were gonna do Pride or not, like I had 3 or 4 songs from Vincent that I was like, oh, these are pretty good.
Yeah.
But just like for Pride, like this is like an anthem, and it just seemed right to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and to go back on like the gospel touches that we're getting from this song, it was actually kind of surprising to hear like Vincent's background, because when I listened to the song before the episode today, those moments, those big background vocals did give me gospel vibes, but then I was like thinking like, am I just like putting like gospel vibes onto it just from like preconception or something, or is it like actual possibly like intended to be that way, or to be intended to be taken that way? So I wasn't sure, like I was kind of like 50-50 on it, but then hearing that there is a bit of a background with gospel there in his life, I was like, oh, so maybe it was very intentional for it to come off as gospel. So I found that to be very interesting, and the inclusion of it in this song, I think it just fits so well. Like the song just feels so massive. I think the gospel vocals really just help elevate the song into a bigger sound. I love it.
Yeah. And I think also it's interesting and makes a lot of sense that like the guest artists, the featured artists, Alex Newell has a very gospel vocal style, and then Princess Precious, like that rap style was very common with house music in the 90s. So just having them both in there just to juice up those elements was really interesting and fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think you can get into like the history of house music too, right? And how where it's grown from, and the communities in which it grew from.
And it was originally
Makes a lot of
a
sense.
art form from LGBTQ plus people.
I think particularly Black LGBTQ
Yeah.
plus people. So yeah, it really it's which also then you get to gospel, and yeah, it makes sense. It all makes sense.
Yeah.
Also really good. You said, Jesse, you were like, you're gonna hear Princess Precious. I think it'll be pretty obvious. And I was like, I don't know what that means, but okay. and then they came in. I was like, oh, okay, that is, yeah, that's not Vincent or Alex Newell.
No,
So.
very
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Process of elimination, figured that one out.
Yeah. We have Jeremy in the chat saying that they feel this song is good workout music, which I think that's a nice little thing to think about, like what kind of like places or playlists this song could be on, and I definitely feel like this would easily fit into like a workout playlist. Something for me, I'm not sure about either of you, but I was listening to the song. It's something about like its energy, but
Why do I think I know what you're gonna say?
yeah, you don't. You don't. I'm not sure why, but for me, I feel like I was listening to the song and I feel like this song feels like it would perfectly be for the Sonic R sequel that we never got. Are either of you familiar with Sonic R?
No,
Like,
you're right.
the-
I did not know what you were gonna say.
So there's a game that came out like in the 90s. It was on the computer, but it was also I think like on the Sega Saturn. It was Sonic R, which is a Sonic racing game, and the soundtrack, you have to listen to the soundtrack. The soundtrack is amazing. It has like so much EDM, so much house. It's amazing. But like this song, because they're also vocal. Like it's not just like instrumental EDM or instrumental house. This song just feels like it would perfectly fit in for like the sequel that we never got. So please, somebody get Vincent on the Sonic R soundtrack sequel, please.
Can we get like a whole episode of just Alexis walks us through game soundtracks? It's like obscure game soundtracks, because I feel like you've got it.
I might.
Let's go to MagFest. That's a different conversation.
But yeah, that's what I was thinking. Also maybe I could kind of see this probably in like the next Goofy movie. I don't know, like maybe have Vincent as like a animated character.
It works though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Like
what's
like
his
a
name?
Powerline.
Powerline, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are great songs. And
yeah,
very similar
amazing.
vocal style too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, so that's kind of like where my headspace was at when I was listening to this. I was thinking of like Sonic and Powerline for some reason.
Live action Goofy movie.
Oh,
Vincent
okay.
as
Oh, no,
Powerline.
Please, no. Please. I don't want it.
Oh.
I'm not even sure that I want another Goofy movie to begin with. I certainly don't want a live action one.
Just leave them in their perfect past selves. Just stop messing with
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
Yep. No, but no, this song definitely should be featured somewhere so that the whole world hears it. How about that? Maybe like a Trolls movie. Could we put in a Trolls movie?
What?
I feel like the Trolls soundtracks are always unreasonably good.
I am unfamiliar.
Yeah,
I
I didn't like the trailers. It
Oh.
wasn't.
I never
appealing to
actually
me.
saw any of the movies, but hold
Oh.
on. Wasn't there that big? There was that big song. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. I heard myself echo. I got excited. Can't Stop the Feeling by Justin Timberlake was from the Trolls movie.
Oh,
Hmm.
Right. Makes sense.
I mean,
Okay.
he's on SNL. He does sometimes troll people. Makes sense.
Sure.
I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, the soundtrack is kind of wild. But yeah, that song was really huge, and I feel like this has like a similar feel-good kind of vibe.
Mhm.
It would reach a large populace because I think that we could have world peace if everybody listened to this song.
Mhm. I think so
Everybody.
too.
No, like literally everybody, yeah. There can't be one person left out.
No. If we get to like one person left out of the whole human population who hasn't heard it, we're not gonna get the world peace. It's too hard.
Yeah, it's too hard that one person's gonna rebel.
Yeah.
Jeremy says that he was thinking the same thing, but I don't know what, so I'm gonna choose to believe the troll movie. I don't know how long the delay is to the chat, but
I think he's talking about Powerline, but
Trolls movie.
Powerline in the Trolls movie. Got it.
Well, I think we're done with the episode now. We're just gonna listen to this song on repeat for the next 2 hours. I apologize to the other artists we plan to bring. That's all we need.
Oh yeah, this is really good.
Yeah. I think like it's very clear that I am loving this song, and I think the thing that this got me like most excited about is like not only do I love this song and can't wait to like listen to it more, but I think this has became a big contender for me as the next artist or show that I want to go to. Like I want to see this live. I want to experience this music live. So
That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget MagFest. We're all going to a Vincent concert together.
Yeah.
I probably can't, unfortunately, but I'll drive you all.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as it's in Mexico, I think it would be okay.
Right.
We're
Florida.
gonna get that.
Disneyland.
Disneyland in California, Anaheim. So we off
That's what I meant.
off show we tried to triangulate what is the centermost point between our 3 locations, which is Honolulu, Nashville, and Jacksonville, Florida, which turns out to be roughly Disneyland. So either Disneyland or Mexico. I think Mexico is like the center of mass.
It's actually the island on which Island of the Blue Dolphins is set, the book. The children's book, Island of the Blue Dolphins, but it's a military base and apparently very difficult to get on. You need like clearance to be there. So I don't think we can meet there, but that's fairly near to Disneyland, so
Okay. Doesn't sound much harder.
Fun facts.
I'm willing to take the chances with the base.
Okay.
If I'm
We'll
going to
meet
put
there.
if I'm already putting up the challenge to meet in the middle, I can go the extra mile.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're gonna get there, but maybe we can find a really high tower and I'll paraglide.
Oh.
I've been playing a lot of Zelda.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'm jealous. Anyways, let's go to our next song.